Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Wands Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading for you about somebody that is working tirelessly to try to get a particular outcome to avoid some sort of punishment or consequence for their own actions. And I feel like they're overly confident that they can get what they want or get what, they deem to be the appropriate punishment or ending, but that they have underestimated what they're up against, which means maybe they're not as likely to be victorious because there's somebody here that has greater power. So this can be interesting. Hi there, Tiana. Hello, Sid. How are we doing? Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime or a lot. It kind of sounded like a lot. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Let's see what we have. I'm going to go with the Earth and Bone Oracle. Number 37, the Shadow, and number 41, the Nest. Wholeness, integration, repressed emotions, and mystery underneath Shadow. Interesting because we have a scythe here as we did from the Gilded Reverie. Hi there, Jimmy. How are you doing? And then number 41, Nest. Charity, generosity, sharing, and support. Sounds familiar. So I think there's a hidden power here, or somebody that is underestimated, somebody that is at least misunderstood, but they are of a good energy. This is somebody who is in some way charitable or caring for others, right? We're going to go with the Marigold Tarot. We have the Two of Rings, which is the Two of Pentacles, and the Fool. And I love this because, Jimmy, you said sending balance in now, and this is a card that would talk about balance. The Two of Pentacles is usually indicated by somebody juggling two pentacles. And this card, though, there's something here about there being like a close partnership. So I think this is more of like a loving connection, less of a financial situation, more like somebody saying, I'm there to like protect you. And with the Fool card, it's protection because there's like a new adventure here or something maybe a little bit like unfamiliar, where, you might need a guide, that kind of thing. Hi there, Anthony. How are you doing? I like it. Hello, Peggy. How we doing? We have the Eight of Cups in the reverse and the Four of Cups. This is interesting. Okay, so I don't normally see the Four of Cups as like a person, but this is coming back as somebody that just kind of lingers around, that is used to being rejected or excluded or outcast in some way. Justice and the Five of Swords in the reverse. A very clear message that there is balance being restored in terms of justice and fairness. Somebody who has been mistreated or wronged, or somebody has been, doing those things. And there's like a reckoning here, right? We know what happened, so there's going to be consequences. This Five of Swords in the reverse indicates that whoever has been doing the not so great things, they weren't able to execute on their plan. So there was something they were trying to achieve. They may have gotten a certain amount of the way there because we still have 4 intact swords out of 5, right? One of them is broken. But this main thing that they were trying to achieve was really, at the end of the day, the only thing that mattered. 7 of Cups, Ace of Wands in the reverse. So there was an attempt to create some sort of illusion around a new beginning or a false start. And when I say a new beginning, I mean like a new beginning that somebody wanted but didn't get. So feels like dishonesty around what somebody intended to do or wanted to have happen. But to have the Ace of Wands in the reverse clarifying our Fool, the Fool card is somebody who takes a new adventure, right? Like starts a new chapter. And then Ace of Wands in the reverse, this is like somebody denying that new chapter, or at least trying to. 5 of Cups in the reverse, the Magician, and the 3 of Rings. So the 3 of Rings in this deck is the 5 of Pentacles, by the way, or 3 of Pentacles. I was looking at the 5. I think there's a desire to make someone stuck in the past, but it's really difficult because whoever is trying to mess with this individual or keep them stuck doesn't realize how hard this person has worked at being able to avoid getting stuck in the past. There's some good support that helps this person be very resourceful. And even if there's a pretty difficult conversation or event or they figure it out, right? But I do feel like somebody's trying to cause a problem for another individual through other people, not directly. 10 of Cups in the reverse. This all comes down to who wins. It's like there's, like what I'm seeing in my mind is the Iron Throne from Game of Thrones. It's like everybody is vying for one particular situation, one particular spot, one particular square foot. There's a lot of talk about what's fair. There's a lot of talk about this person did that. It's a lot of back and forth. And I don't know. With the 9 of Swords in the reverse, I feel like we have somebody who is looking at this false start or whatever this ending was to a new beginning as a pretty serious offense. 7 of Rings or 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Like this to me is somebody finding a way to mess with your money, somebody finding a way to mess with your home, somebody finding a way to mess with your family. Like this is kind of you have to be willing to cross that line in order to do whatever this was. Because with the 7 of Pentacles in the reverse, this is kind of giving me I want to hurt you in a way that continues to hurt you over time, right? Five of Wands in the reverse, Six of Wands in the reverse, Four of Swords. I think the main issue here is we have like an obsession with being the winner, not being seen as the loser. So there's really no way to navigate the situation because it's like people are too comfortable being on opposing sides or disassociating from that side, right? So we could put this in like a literature frame of mind and say this is kind of like Romeo and Juliet in terms of families that don't really like to mix with each other, don't like each other, war with each other. There's a number of scenarios this fits, but the way to actually get to some sort of victory or peace, I should say, is to admit there is no victory. In other words, both sides have to admit we've already lost so much, we're both the losers. And neither of them are willing to do that. They both want to be the one to win, so neither of them will win. Unless they can come to that agreement. Like this Four of Swords coming out as kind of like a big X just tells me that chances are kind of slim that people can avoid outside influence and think logically, because let's just be real. If we have like one or two people making a decision in a difficult, challenging situation, that's probably better than like 500 people trying to make that same decision, right? Individuals can be smart, but crowds can be pretty dumb. And I feel like this is one of those situations where there's too many people involved and it's like a snowball gaining traction as it goes down a mountain. It's just kind of an unstoppable force unless it stops it from itself, like from within, from continuing to collect that snow, if that's a good analogy. There's too much momentum. There's too much inertia. This is the Rider-Waite. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Pentacles, High Priestess. When one resource or source of income or way of, providing for your life is cut down, another is created. So it's like, it's giving, if you've ever seen any of those, like, I don't know, reels or whatever, where people are trying to combat like flooding, but they've just got like a bucket and they're just throwing it over a railing and it's just coming right back in. Whoever is attacking more so like on the offense, they can't move fast enough to make the kind of difference they need to make. I don't know what is so strange about this High Priestess, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's something very, what's the word? Like adaptable about this High Priestess. Like, because there are some secrets that this High Priestess holds, or because there is some wisdom within the High Priestess, there is some ability to kind of be like Keanu Reeves in the Matrix scene where he's dodging all those bullets. But very much so. I'm getting like there's ample resources, or when you cut down a tree, like 2 more pop up. Like it's isn't there some like sci-fi movie where if you try to kill like an alien, like it would just create more of them or something? Or am I thinking about those little dudes? Gremlins? The Gremlins? There's that magician again. So we have the magician right here, and now we have him coming out right next to the high priestess and in the same column. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse. So this magician is who's up against the high priestess. It's like these are 2 sides, right? This is the person that is determined to find a way to kind of like destroy. And this is the side that keeps on replenishing stock or having shields. Like this is an interesting dynamic because I think at some point this magician side that has been trying to cause problems for the high priestess for a very long time is going to overestimate what they can put into their efforts. A magician is somebody who's very resourceful, right? But he's come out with the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There's a stoppage here or blockage. There's something that no longer works from the magician at some point. And it's because they lack this particular insight or intuition, wisdom, whatever it is that they have on this side. Because we have the Hermit in the reverse over here. King of Pentacles in the reverse. 9 of Wands in the reverse with the Knight of Cups. What's going on in my brain right now is like a bunch of angry red ants. I feel like somebody, well, a group of people really have been kind of like activated. There could be like some PTSD for sure, but I feel like we're talking about people that are defending their own, willing to do what they have to do because they're so fed up, right? So like if I don't know, if you were defending your home against burglars, right? There's a little bit of an additional incentive or something that feels like defense, right? And anger. For some of you, this is a really contentious divorce that deals with some pretty powerful people. And the reason we have divided groups is we have people on either side of the high priestess and the magician that benefit if their person wins, right? So it's like there's this chorus or this like line of people around the magician and around the high priestess, right? There are multiple people involved, but like these are the generals. 9 of Pentacles in the reverse, the Sun and Queen of Cups in the reverse. There's going to be a problem financially for somebody here because something they've done comes to light, and it may impact the support given to the magician's side. It may make clear that there was like abuse or some sort of like gaslighting. It's like a PR scandal or a reputation being kind of slandered, right? That impacts a bigger issue. We're going to go with the Beginner's Tarot. I feel like I've missed some people. Yes, chaos. Hi there, Christy. How are you doing? We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The Magician in the reverse. Three of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, there's some difficulty here, like some struggle. What I'm seeing in my head is when Monsieur Dufresne is crawling through the like mile of septic, like poop, to get out when he's in Shawshank Redemption. There is, I think, a possibility of a good ending here, but it requires a lot of work. And I think there's an unexpected cost or an unexpected resolution. We have the Hermit in the upright now. Interesting, because we had the Hermit in the reverse, Hermit in the upright, Magician in the upright, Magician in the reverse. So that would be Aries and Virgo could be important. The Hermit, Four of Pentacles in the reverse, and the King of Pentacles in the reverse. This side ends up being weaker because they were so focused on destruction. So it kind of feels to me like we actually have energy coming back around this way, because we had the King of Pentacles over here, right? People feeling like they were going to lose their, what was theirs. Now we have someone on this side having been exposed for what they've done, losing their stuff. So we have an overreach or like an overconfidence on this Magician side that leads to maybe an unexpected outcome, a resolution that might kind of favor the High Priestess side. We have Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, Four of Wands in the reverse. So there may be no really fabulous outcome to this situation, because it really feels like there's no good solution, to be honest. But the advice is to make sure that you don't place all of your happiness in the idea of prosperity. There is happiness that comes from unconditional love or the connections that we have. So it does feel like there's an encouragement here in terms of you can be happy, but you have to be not focused on the material things. You have to be not focused on, like, if this is a divorce thing, don't be so focused on who gets the house or who gets the car. This too shall pass. You will find a way to, rebalance things, right? Hi there, Renata. Hello, Mike. How we doing? Happy holidays. Seven of Pentacles in the reverse. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. We got an extra one. Ace of Wands in the reverse and Three of Swords in the reverse. there has to be a willingness to accept that nobody really wins for anybody to not lose. Does that make sense? If there is a determination to be named the victor or to be named the one who got out with everything, or, you know, got what you wanted, whatever it is, if there's too much focus on the things, then it will just continue to be a difficult situation. What's important is recognizing what real wealth is and knowing that things will balance out, right? They always do. All right, let's get a few from the Kipper. Number 39, community, and number 35, pathway. So I'm not going to say anything too quickly. Sudden wealth in the reverse, huh? Main female in the reverse. So there is, again, there's a need to reject the more materialistic side of things and follow a different path. There's something more meaningful here. It's like somebody is having a large amount of money dangled in front of them, but it's not really what they think it is. There's a better thing for them. So the advice seems to be really make sure you're looking at the perceived value and the real value of whatever it is that you're looking at. Because I feel like what this means is there is something that isn't maybe as quick to catch your eye. There's something that is in the small writing, the small print, something that maybe you don't consider initially, maybe a second offer, something like that. You have to really know the details here before you make a decision, because I think one thing looks better than it actually is. And I kind of feel like it's kind of hard for this to actually go the right way, because people have to like pay attention to those little details. All right, this is a situation. Let's see what else we get. Ascension, interlude or pause, timing factor, and journal. So it's important to take time to appreciate the steps that have been taken, appreciate what is meaningful, I think. Like this interlude card is really making me feel like it's wise to stop and smell the roses, right? Or spend time with people that are important to you. But there's also something really important about documentation, especially if we're talking about a divorce situation or something legal. You got to keep notes on what's going on. Got to keep like screenshots, whatever that is. Documentation is important. I think that's important in particular for this over here where we have the sun. There's enlightenment here to how somebody behaved that starts to alter the course of events for this particular situation. So a little bit of a weird one. I hope you all enjoyed that. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. I'm going to leave it there. I hope to see you on my next reading. Bye, guys.